crafty friends, it's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, bringing you today this beautiful Mother's Day card. It's really quick and simple, so I want to show you how I did that. This sample that I'm showing you is done with Blackberry Bliss, and today I'm going to show you this card in Lost Lagoon. So let me show you how we do that. So it is your standard card base, folded this way. So that is our first layer. Then we have the next layer down is another layer of white. So what I'm going to do is sponge the outside of this cardstock in Lost Lagoon ink. So I have my Lost Lagoon sponge. Ink that up, and you just flick it around the edge of your paper. So there's our next layer. And all of these dimensions are going to be on my website, which is www.mariesvermontcreations.com. So then we have a piece of Lost Lagoon cardstock, which is going to be our next layer. And then our third layer is this piece of white paper, which we're also going to sponge around the outside. I'm going to try to add a little bit extra in the corner sections. I just happen to like that look. So there's that layer. So then I've pre-stamped in Versamark ink on a piece of vellum the Nobody Loves Like a Mom, and this is from the Mother's Love stamp set. So I covered that with black embossing powder and heat set that so that you wouldn't have to watch me do that. So then the back of that, again, is the piece of the Irresistibly Yours paper in the flowers, and this was available during Celebration, so I'm hoping that you were able to get it. But if not, you can use a piece of matching, designer series paper behind this. I just wouldn't do anything too busy because it might distract from the words. So what I'm going to do is sponge this. And another technique, if you wanted it to be super dark or you wanted to do it really quick, is to take your ink pad and drag it across the piece of paper, and that would give you the same effect. Now when I did this in the Blackberry Bliss, I found that it really got on the white flowers, but if you take a tissue and you just rub, and with Blackberry Bliss, I really had to rub because that tends to stain a little bit more, just to make your flowers whiten right up. So that's what you end up with. So we're going to adhere this to this, but what I did is I just ran a little bit of adhesive behind this word nobody, so that, because unfortunately with vellum it does show, so you have to kind of hide it in unique places. So since I'm not putting a border around this, I can't use my glue dots in the corner, otherwise you would see them. So I'm just going to pop a little bit behind nobody, and it's going to flip up, but that way if they want to see the paper behind it, it's not completely tacked down. So we're going to adhere these together. Give that a little rub. And then we're just going to layer our card together. We are finally getting some spring weather here. So everyone is out and everyone is excited, so hopefully it stays and winter doesn't make its way back, but it's Vermont, so we should be prepared. Unfortunately, it will probably find its way back to us. So then I kind of place this in the center. Of all of that. And then this right in the center of that. So you can do this in any color combination that you'd like. So what I've done is using the Petite Petals punch, I have punched out 3 white flowers. And then using the Itty Bitty Accents punch, the flower, I have punched out 3 Lost Lagoon flowers. So what I'm going to do is sponge around the outside of these white flowers so it kind of takes off the sharpness of the white if you do this. Whoops, if I pick up the correct flower. And then that way they match all together. So then with some glue dots and my paper piercer, which makes life easier when dealing with glue dots, I'm just going to flip these over. I'm just going to pick up my glue dots and put it in the center of this, and put this in the center here. Oh, I missed that one altogether. And it would help if I put them on first before I flipped them over, so this one I need to take off. You want it to be on the side that you just sponged. I was a little premature in flipping them over. So now we're going to flip them all over. And if you want, if you have a piece of foam or the paper piercing mat or a sponge and you want to stick these in and poke down in the center of them, you can lift your flowers up as well. So then you just randomly place these around. I had done 2 in the bottom corner and 1 in the top corner. And then I'm going to take some rhinestones and place those in the center of each flower. And there you have a lovely Mother's Day card made with the Mother's Love stamp set using Lost Lagoon paper, and my original one was using Blackberry Bliss. And like I said, you can do this in any color combination you would like. You could use any paper in the back, you could use different Irresistibly Yours patterns if you wanted to. I hope you liked today's project. All of the directions will be listed, like I said, on my website, and if you need to order any of the supplies listed here, you may visit www.mariesvermontcreations.com. I hope you have a great day.